Welcome everyone to Side Draft and welcome to our review of the Truck Series race from Atlanta. And we thought maybe this would be an easy win for either Kyle Busch or Chase Elliott. Looked to be that way, and then until it wasn't.
Yes, and Chase, he come back and raced the trucks again. There wasn't no bounty on the line this time, but just for fun.
So let's get into it. So Christian Eckes was on the pole due to a random draw.
He definitely used the pole position for his advantage and took out the early lead.
Until Kyle Busch would get the lead on lap 12. Actually, before that, I have a caution on lap 2. That'd be Brian Dozat. So,
and you're going to hear that name a lot in the next couple of minutes. Cause
probably even seconds.
Probably so.
So yeah, tough day for Dozat. I think they brought a super speedway car with a road course setup. I think that's what I saw on Twitter. So
yeah, I believe on Twitter it said it's like a 6-7 year old car or truck.
Well, that's the problem. He brought a car into the
truck. He brought a car. That's his problem. He brought a car and didn't bring the truck. But yeah, he just was way off on their setup or something, especially with no practice, and like he was very loose or something. I mean, he tried to get out of the way and he just kind of spun around it.
Yeah, unfortunate. There goes saying unfortunate again, but he was like way off the pace and probably should have just parked it before he did more damage. And
probably so. I mean, if you're that far off and you're spinning and you come out and I look like he's in somebody else's way and come to the pits, and I would just park it. So I ain't fast enough. I'm getting out.
So Kyle Busch would get the lead on lap 12, like I said before, and then same lap, he would Brian Dozat would spin again. This time Jeb Burton was also involved. So
yeah, like I said, he was in somebody's way, and Jeb Burton got a little damage on front of his truck because Dozat was a little slow.
And then Christian Eckes would get the lead from Kyle Busch. Ain't it good to beat your boss man in his own game sometimes?
Get out of the way, boss man!
But Kyle Busch, he tried the outside line and didn't work.
I believe he was experiment what the high line would do. It just didn't even go at all at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, I think he dropped to like 5th, so it was tough starting out for him, but he would eventually go back to the lead with 8 to go in the stage and go on to win stage 1. And stage 2, Matt Crafton and John Hunter Nemechek would make contact on pit road. Very hard contact at that.
Yeah, there was a traffic jam on pit road. I believe Stuart Friesen slowed way up and bottlenecked everybody up, and unfortunate Matt Crafton got into the back end of John Hunter Nemechek.
Yeah, I think Crafton was able to repair it and just kind of have some sort of a day, but I think John Hunter was pretty much done because the front end, his truck was just all tore up.
Yeah, it's just, I like seeing John Hunter do the better in the truck series, but it seems like he just keeps getting into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, even if it's not his fault, he's just always right there in trouble.
Yep.
So then we'd see Chase Elliott get the lead on the restart after Zane Smith would stay out, and then Kyle Busch would run down Chase Elliott. And this is a common theme we've been having the past couple of weeks: Chase Elliott versus Kyle Busch.
Yeah, they had a very good battle, back and forth, and trying to see who's better and get the lead. But I think Kyle Busch is a little intimidated by Chase Elliott. It puts a little extra pressure on Kyle Busch to perform. So this is my series. I can't have you come to here and taking over, but it is good to see that kind of competition coming out.
Yeah, it's a little bit more enjoyable if there's 2 guys that can win the race instead of 1. But in front of them, closing at the end of the stage, would have Austin Wayne Self. He would get spun around and almost made contact with the 51.
He was in a very dangerous position, sideways, coming out of the turn like that. Jennifer Jo Cobb, she managed to get past him, and here comes the leaders. They're like three wide with Angel Ruck on the bottom, and they all miss him, and which is like really great because that would have really hurt.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, hit him in that position like this. I mean, great job everybody by missing.
And then Chase Elliott would pit, and Kyle Busch stayed out. And this was an interesting strategy to see what would work and what wouldn't. And so Kyle Busch would go on to win stage 2. You know, very easy stage win for him there. And then we would see Enfinger and Chastain take the lead because they also stayed out. I think they managed to stay in front of Chase Elliott, or jump in front of Chase Elliott during the pit cycle there. So they was trying to, you know, take advantage of the strategy and see if they can beat the 2 Cup guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely so. When you got Cup drivers in the race, you try to pick up your game, and here they trying to outrun them.
So Christian Eckes would get the lead early on in this, but Ross Chastain would come right by him.
Yeah, Ross, he's just really dangerous in the trucks. It kind of fits his kind of style, kind of aggressive. But yeah, here he is leading again.
And Chase Elliott, he would struggle on this restart. Kyle Busch even got by him very quickly, and I don't know if it was just too loose or just because of his way in the pack with I won't say weaker tires, but you know, they definitely wasn't fresher than Kyle Busch's.
Maybe so. I mean, tires are a big thing at Atlanta.
Yeah, even 1 lap on your tires versus no laps is a big difference.
Yeah, the fall off is a ton.
So Kyle Busch would eventually run down Chastain, but that was a good fight. And that's also another storyline that's sort of brewing, is Kyle and Chastain. They kind of got this rivalry going on. I've said before that Chastain is kind of like a nice version of Kyle Busch.
Yeah, because like everybody's fighting against Kyle Busch, ain't they?
Yeah. So then the pit stops would happen with around 35 to go. Chastain being the first guy to go down pit road, and in terms of the leaders, he got passed by Kyle Busch. So trying something different. I like that.
Yep, this is
So trying to get a little bit of tire advantage on Kyle Busch before everything cycled out. So Kyle Busch would go down the pit road and looked to be everything fine. I don't think he sped the first time down pit road. Then he would catch the 3 truck of Jordan Anderson. Looked like Jordan was having some issues there.
Yeah, I believe he had a tire or something going down. Had some issues on the right front.
And then Kyle, he didn't go beneath Jordan Anderson to get around him. He tried to go the high side and miss him, but
yeah, I believe that's where a spotter could have come in handy. He's like, you got a truck on the high side, and Kyle, he likes the high side. He likes it because it's really fast up there. But yeah, he would scrape the wall a little bit.
And so Kyle would have to go back down pit road, and he was very slow after that. And then Chase Elliott, he missed the pit road when Kyle Busch was making his regular stop, and so now it's like the 2 Cup guys just kind of threw the race.
Yeah, it's like, the big mistakes right here really costed them the race. Chase just coming in too fast down to the pits and just missed it.
And then Austin Hill would take over the lead, and he would pretty much take off. No one could do anything to him. And then all the way until 2 laps to go. Well, actually, Kyle Busch had like 2 speeding penalties before this, so his day was pretty much done.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to keep him calm. Yeah. It's like when bad things happen, another bad thing happens, and then he just kind of loses it, and more bad things happen, and it's not pretty.
Then he insulted the people in the tower, in the NASCAR tower. So Kyle Busch, I don't know if it's because of Chase in the truck races that he just,
like I said, he added pressure to him.
So he had a pretty decent truck, but it's pretty equal to Chase Elliott's, I think.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of truck drivers, they're catching up to what Kyle Busch is, and they're really running strong and trying to beat Kyle Busch.
And I think Kyle only has 2 more Truck Series starts after this one, so we only got 2 more race reviews to talk about Kyle Busch and the trucks. So can't wait to talk more about the regulars and what they've been doing.
Definitely so.
We still don't really know who the best Truck Series regulars are because they haven't got a chance to lead that often. But they got a chance to lead late in Stage 3.
Yeah, it looks like Austin Hill, he's in a position to really go and win the race and maybe be one of the top 3.
Yeah, then Chase Elliott, he was fighting a loose truck. He managed to get to third after all that, and I think with 2 to go, he got loose, spun it around, and the same way that he lost the race in Charlotte, the Coke 600, he kind of made Austin Hill's day the same way.
Yep, because Chase Hill spin around, wouldn't hit nothing, but saved it. I believe he would go a lap down though.
He'd go a lap down, and there the caution went out, and then we'd see Austin Hill versus Todd Gilliland, and the winner of the race started in the 6th position.
Yeah, because on these restarts you can't count out anybody in the top 10, and especially Grant Enfinger.
I mean, we got
when the chips are down. I mean, he's flat out running, and he would pass him on the high side.
On the high side, that's been like it's been okay, but not like the bottom there. The bottom's just really dominant, and then he just kind of blows by Austin Hill and goes on to win his 2nd race of the season.
And the only truck regular to win this season.
so yeah, as long as he can utilize some of these races that the Cup drivers kind of throw away, I mean that's easy playoff points if they do that.
Yeah.
So. Now he's won 2 races. I think that's 5 playoff points each.
Yeah.
And so, he's got quite a bit of lead so far in the points.
And you can definitely see how devastated Austin Hill was after the race. I mean, he was really disgusted. So, but more wins going to come his way. We'll see once the races continue.
And Austin Hill, I mean, he's going to be a big threat to this championship. Because, Chastain is in the Truck Series, but he's not running for the championship. So,
I mean, it is a championship team. I mean, Brett Moffitt went on to win the championship, 2 years ago.
Yeah, in 2018,
yeah. He's just right there. He just got to have some luck on his side.
Yeah, I thought maybe, this was locked up. He was going to get it, but turned out to be Grant Enfinger, which last season ThorSport had a rough time getting to victory lane, but now they have 2 victories.
Well, Zane Smith finished 5th. I mean, he's run super great the last couple of weeks, and good for that team.
Yeah, so very unpredictable race. Everyone on Twitter was like, yeah, Cup guys got it locked up. I mean, even everyone before the race, even on Fast Picks.
Even I thought so. I'm like, I got to go with Chase, yeah. And Emily, she went with Kyle Busch since like, we can't, on Fast Picks, we can't pick back to back. But, we swapped off, and you come out better than we did because you picked Brett Moffitt and he finished 10th.
I picked a Truck Series regular to win the race, but unfortunately it wasn't Grant Enfinger, so none of us got a point in either the trucks or the Xfinity, and even in our subscribers, their challenge that's going on, none of them got a point. So
and Chase once again finishes. He's a one-upper. He just finished 1 position up from Kyle Busch.
So if there was still a bounty, he would have won it. So very interesting turn of events in Stage 3. And it was refreshing to see a Truck Series regular beat the Cup Series regular.
And it's kind of funny that both races from Atlanta, somebody threw it away at the end.
Yeah, so will we see that in the Cup Series? I mean, probably so.
Probably so.
But before we go, we want to give a shout out to Brad Anderson for supporting us on Patreon. And before the Cup Series race later today, you can get caught up on some of our past reviews and videos. You can find that playlist right here, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content and love NASCAR, and we'll see you later today for our Cup Series race review.